Manny Pacquiao has joined Gervonta Davis alongside Calvin Ford in preparation for the Jake Paul fight. But with whispers that the fight might not even happen, and rumors swirling that Tank could actually walk away, everything suddenly feels uncertain. Yet Pacquiao's arrival sends a powerful message. This fight is real, and it's coming. And deep down, everyone knows Jake Paul is not ready for this version of Tank.
Anyway, when you beat Barrios, what's next? Are you going to fight Ryan Garcia, Haney, Lopez, Gervonta Davis? Are you ready to go through these fights?
One at a time.
But you want those guys?
We'll see.
You feel good?
We'll see. I always, I cannot say after this I'm going to fight like that.
Pacquiao arrived in Los Angeles earlier this week and wasted no time linking up with Davis's camp. The two have already started light training sessions together, zeroing in on movement, timing, and strategy. Tank's team confirmed that Pacquiao's been sharing his wisdom, helping Tank polish every little detail before fight night. Calvin Ford, Davis's longtime coach, said Pacquiao's presence brought a whole new level of focus to the gym. When asked about the matchup, Pacquiao didn't hesitate. He believes skill always beats size. "I believe Gervonta wins," he said. "It won't be brutal since it's an exhibition, but there's no way a YouTuber beats real fight experience." Pacquiao pointed to the Mario Barrios fight, proof that technique and precision can crush reach and weight advantages. "Real fighters are built different," Pacquiao said quietly. "He knows how to fight smart, and that's exactly what will beat Jake."
They could have figured out a fight.
You know it's fast.
You know it's fast.
You know it's fast.
Is Gervonta part of your plans down the future?
Remember, in boxing, speed is the key. Speed is the key.
The collaboration comes at a time when the fight's future hangs in the balance. Whispers of broken negotiations have started to swirl, but Pacquiao's move to join and train with Davis has reignited fans' belief that the showdown is still on track. Yet beneath the surface, things seem far more serious. A civil suit filed in Miami-Dade County this October opens another dark chapter in Tank's already turbulent personal life. Filed by a different ex-girlfriend, it carries heavy allegations, ones that could force Tank to step away from the fight entirely. Court documents reveal the alleged incident happened in the early hours of October 27th, inside a Miami gentleman's club where the woman was working.
You guys can look into it. I didn't, you know me, I don't really speak about stuff outside the ring, but now I have to since it affects the ring, okay, and what happens in the ring. The fight may be canceled. It's a civil suit from my understanding, and I don't want to, confuse you guys or misinform you guys.
The complaint also reveals an earlier confrontation on September 23rd. The woman, identified only in court documents, claims she's now battling anxiety and PTSD and is seeking both compensatory and punitive damages. Though the case is civil, meaning Davis isn't facing jail time right now, the timing couldn't be worse. The exhibition with Jake Paul was already hanging by a thread, and this latest twist might just be the one that tears it all apart.
Jake Paul versus Tank Davis, November the 14th fight is off. The Jake Paul team have now reached out to Anthony Joshua, Floyd Mayweather, Ryan Garcia and Edgar Berlanga to replace Tank Davis, who is being sued.
For Davis, this isn't unfamiliar territory. Legal troubles have followed him for years, and the shadow of that July incident still lingers. The pattern has fans wondering, how much longer can his career survive these constant storms? Meanwhile, Jake Paul's camp isn't waiting around. They're already working on backup plans. And according to Chris Manx, an offer has been sent to Ryan Garcia to step in if Davis officially pulls out. This alone has set the internet on fire, given the explosive history between Garcia and Davis. The two clashed back in 2023 in one of boxing's biggest crossover spectacles. A night where Tank ended it with a crushing body shot knockout in front of a sold-out Las Vegas crowd. That fight made millions and turned both men into mainstream stars, even if only one left the ring victorious.
Jake Paul, Gervonta Davis. I know on Instagram you call it a circus.
Yeah, boxing is slowly turning into the WWE. That's what I think.
Does Tank Davis have a chance?
Yes, but
yeah?
I don't even want to talk about it. Don't ask me questions like that again.
Since that fight, Garcia's journey has been nothing short of a roller coaster. His big comeback earlier this year didn't unfold the way he hoped. Against Rolly Romero in New York's Times Square, Garcia started strong, but faded as the rounds went on, dropping a decision after 12 exhausting rounds. Now 27, he's been fighting to rebuild his momentum, to reclaim his place in the boxing spotlight. And this Jake Paul offer might just be the moment he's been waiting for.
Is this really the case? It has been reported by a couple of online periodicals, and if this is the case, then it says something about influencer, crossover and exhibition boxing. Because the reports are that the Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis fight is light by 6,000 tickets.
Behind the scenes, Garcia's name keeps surfacing in major conversations. He's even gone public about being in talks to face Manny Pacquiao, a fight he's called a dream come true. In a recent chat with The Ring, Garcia didn't hide his excitement. "I've wanted to fight the legendary Manny Pacquiao for a long time," he said. "There's history there. We talked before, it didn't happen, but if Manny wants to throw down, let's do it." Now 46, Pacquiao is still in Tank's corner, helping him prepare for Jake Paul. But with whispers of his own return, fans can't help but imagine a showdown between these names. After all, no one expected much after a 3-year layoff. Yet his performance against Barrios reminded everyone, even in his mid-40s, the Pac-Man still has that spark. That's why Garcia's call-out is making waves, and talks seem far from over. And while many hope Manny finally rests, it doesn't look like he's ready to slow down just yet.
Gervonta's legacy for being undefeated. So that's why I'm saying there's going to be a big payout involved to where they say it's a draw. I'm calling it. I'm calling it right here today.
Still, Garcia insists right now publicly his style would overwhelm Pacquiao. He says Manny's movement fits perfectly into his counter game. "I'm a great counter puncher," he says, voice low, and he knows that. "That's why he never brings my name up. I'd punish those mistakes and stop him, like Marquez did. Respect to Manny, but I'd control the ring." Garcia even dropped a hint about timing, naming December for his next fight. If Manny wants the payday, make it happen. If not, a rematch with Rolly works too. Either path suits me.
You can't be mad at somebody for doing what they feel is best for them.
Will it impact Tank's legacy if Jake Paul were like to beat him or even like knock him out?
Dude, Tank's a 3-division world champion, 4-time 3-division world champion. At the end of it, bro, you can't take anything away from him.
But with Tank Davis possibly out, Garcia's entire path could change overnight. A Jake Paul fight brings the kind of spectacle and payday that even world champions dream of. Their years of online back and forth have only poured fuel on the fire, each mocking the other's boxing credibility. For Garcia, this might be the perfect storm. A global stage, a headline event against one of the sport's most polarizing names, and a shot at rewriting his story when everyone's watching.
It's an exhibition, but still, Tank versus Jake Paul.
I thought she was going to say Tyson versus Floyd. Damn, she went even lower. I don't like it. I just want them to come out healthy. The reason why I don't like it is because anything could happen. And if anything happens and all of a sudden Tank got to retire because of some kind of weird shoulder injury, trying to punch him, anything could happen. And I would just prefer for...
As for Paul, he's been surprisingly silent through all the chaos. His team has reportedly hit pause on official fight promotions, while they figure out what's really happening with Davis. Still, sources close to the camp say Paul is dead set on fighting that same date, even if it means switching opponents at the very last moment. Pacquiao's presence in Tank's camp only deepens the mystery. It's hard to picture Manny investing time in a camp he doesn't believe will lead to a real fight. That's why fans were sure the exhibition was locked in, until the lawsuit hit. Now, Pacquiao's name is back in the mix, not just as a mentor, but as a possible opponent. And this time, it's not only Ryan Garcia's name being whispered, it's Jake Paul's too.
Not gonna lie, you really got knocked out. Yeah, I really got knocked out. Watch the fight, you idiot. Went 12 rounds. Like, you're weird, bro. Bro didn't even knock me out or even throw punches. That's sad, bro. Just know, bro, I'm coming back. It's gonna be vicious. Like, you guys don't want to see that. You guys are weird trying to troll me over a fight I didn't even care about.
It's a tangled web of possibilities. Pacquiao training with Tank, Garcia calling out Pacquiao, Jake Paul waiting for a replacement, and Tank trying to hold his name together under mounting legal pressure. Behind all the noise, promoters are scrambling. Showtime executives, longtime partners of Davis, are reportedly stepping back from the situation. Sources say no network wants to risk a PR disaster just weeks before an exhibition fight. If Tank's case draws more heat, a bout could quietly disappear, a move that would cost everyone millions. But in boxing, chaos doesn't just create problems, it sells.
At this face-off, Henry, what are your thoughts here?
You're hearing that shit from me. That's cringe. In some weird way, I kind of like
cringe
it.
about it?
He's trying to big man the smaller guy, who the smaller guy to me is dangerous. I think Tank Davis is going to put the hands on him, but I like it, bro. I will say something about Jake Paul. He's brought a lot of attention to.
And as much as this entire saga feels like a disaster for Tank, it's also building a new wave of anticipation around Jake Paul's next move. Whether it's Garcia, Pacquiao, or some unexpected wild card, one thing's certain, the show will go on, even if the man once known as the One ends up watching it all unfold from the sidelines.
Like the influencer world would be the most lucrative thing for my career, and I think I was the only one who like actually wanted to do it, and actually wanted to go all the way, and that's why I set the goal for myself early to become a world champion, set the bar extremely high.
And now, Devin Haney has entered the conversation, cool, composed, and clearly unbothered. He's made it clear he's not losing any sleep over Gervonta Davis picking Jake Paul instead of Lamont Roach. When Ariel Helwani asked him about Tank's choice, Haney just shrugged it off, speaking with the calm of someone who's seen the chaos of boxing too many times to be surprised anymore.
He's a marketing genius, but when it comes to people that picking his fights, I can't get my head around it. If Tank hits him clean, he's going to sleep. He'll have a lot of smoke blowing up his backside by his coaching team and people like that, but when he gets hit for real, 10 ounce, well, I'm told it's 16 ounce gloves now, it's like an exhibition. Right. I'm told it's big gloves and head guards, he's gonna need them.
It's an exhibition fight, he said, leaning back in his chair. That's his business. We all know what that means. He didn't bother dressing it up. Haney pointed out that there was a lot more on the line if Tank had gone for the Lamont rematch. Did people want to see it? Yeah, he added. But I think that fight still happens eventually. And the way he said it, calm, confident, almost detached, told you everything you needed to know.
Paul, Tank, how you see that fight going?
Man, that's not a real fight. I like Jake.
Is Tank?
It's not a real fight.
It's not a fight. Does Tank have a chance? He's so much smaller. He's a real boxer, but he's so much smaller.
The whole Jake Paul thing might be fun for headlines, Haney said with a smirk, but it's not legacy work. Still, when the talk shifted to the matchup itself, even he couldn't deny there's something strangely intriguing about it. Jake's a decent boxer, he admitted. He's got skills, he works hard, and he's big. Tank's small. It's an interesting fight. Tank's been doing this since he was a kid, though. He should win. But I don't know all the rules or the setup, and that's exactly what fans keep coming back to. That one word, exhibition. It changes everything.
It's an exhibition, but still, Tank versus Jake Paul.
I thought she was going to say Tyson versus Floyd. Damn, she went even lower. I don't like it. I just want them to come out healthy. The reason why I don't like it is because anything could happen. And if anything happens and all of a sudden Tank got to retire because of some kind of weird shoulder injury, trying to punch him, anything could happen. And I would just prefer for...
It's not about titles, records, or belts anymore. It's about the spectacle. About who can draw the biggest crowd, sell the loudest show, and walk away with the fattest check. And Davis, for all his chaos, knows exactly how to do that. But even with the fame and the fortune, whispers of retirement have started to slip into the conversation. Earlier this year, Tank hinted he might hang up the gloves by the end of 2025. Maybe this exhibition with Jake Paul was meant to be his big farewell, one last cash out before stepping away. Haney doesn't believe it for a second. He's bluffing, he said flatly. Tank's too young, too sharp. Guys like him don't just ride off into the sunset. Not yet. But what was supposed to be a playful exhibition has now turned into something much darker and far more personal.
Tank as well coming up. Now that's the cause a bit of a debate on because of the weight difference. I mean that's the case with Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather as well. One of the best boxers right now. I think that fight there, I think because of Tank's skill level, it's like it makes it fair even though he's not. The weight difference.
The multi-million-dollar wager between Paul and Davis, the one they yelled about on stage, still hangs in the air, unresolved. What started as harmless banter quickly twisted into full-blown trash talk, and then crossed the line into something deeply personal.
10 3-minute rounds.
I said it was 190.
The fight is 195 pounds, Tank, as you know. Over 10 3-minute rounds, and when Tank and Jake enter the squared circle to go to battle, they will be wearing 12-ounce gloves. 3 commission-approved, world-class professional judges will score.
Jake Paul, never one to hold back, went straight for the jugular in an interview with Daily Mail Sport. For me, this is personal, he said. Gervonta's unprofessional. He's everything that's wrong with boxing. He's a fraud. He talks big on stage and never follows through. Like the $2 million bet, like switching to 10-ounce gloves. We're still at 12. He's a joke.
Only concern is, the gloves. You understand what I'm saying? Because we don't fight in 12-ounce gloves. We don't use 12-ounce gloves. That's training gloves, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's 2 pounds away from Jake.
It's the kind of talk that sells fights. And Jake Paul knows that better than anyone. But this time, the tension feels real. The two have already shoved each other more than once, their face-offs exploding into brief brawls before security rushed in. Things really started to crack at the last press conference, when Davis learned mid-event that the fight was being set at a catchweight of 195 pounds. He looked stunned, eyebrows up, whispering to his team in disbelief. For a man who spent his whole career fighting between 130 and 140, that's a mountain to climb, even if it's just an exhibition.
The retort would be there's such a big weight discrepancy there, right? That's what some people...
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure Tank probably sparred like heavyweights or light heavyweights and things like that.
Damn,
so
really?
It's probably nothing that he never seen before. I'm pretty sure Jake never fought nobody that little.
No, it's good. So that's the fascinating part about it.
I feel like it's more so harder for Jake to fight a smaller guy.
Since then, the energy has been pure chaos. Social media shots flying back and forth, leaked training clips stirring up wild theories, and endless debates about the fight's actual rules. Will knockouts count? Is there headgear? No one really knows. And that uncertainty, it's only making the hype explode even more.
No, in some things, I think Gervonta's just gonna stick and move. He'll be fast, play it smart, I don't see him staying still for too long so Jake can land some shots. He'll just try to touch him. Who knows, man? It's an exhibition. It's a money grab.
Jake Paul, meanwhile, is thriving in the madness. This is the biggest and riskiest fight of my career, he said this week. I respect Tank. That's exactly why I wanted this fight. He's going to bring out the best in me. But this sport's about backing up your words, and I always do that. He doesn't. From anyone else, that might sound empty, but with Jake, it hits different. Love him or hate him, he's been proving people wrong since the first day he put on gloves. From YouTuber to professional, he's fought real opponents. Maybe not the elite, but real nonetheless. Trained like a fighter, lived like one, and dragged millions of new eyes into the boxing world along the way.
It's entertainment, right? But this what this is, it's sports entertainment. This is what's gonna put butts in the seat, believe it or not. This is what's gonna, bring a lot of money to the sport. Especially, we have people trying to say boxing is dead, boxing is dying. But, we have a whole demographic of people that don't even watch.
Still, no amount of grit can change the truth. Jake stepping into the ring with one of the most explosive punchers of his generation. Tank's precision, his speed, his ability to end a fight with a single clean shot, it's unmatched in his division. Sure, the weight gap might make things look a little safer on paper, but everyone knows there's no such thing as safe when Gervonta Davis starts swinging.
Gervonta is a great boxer, but he ain't gonna do.
So you got Jake Paul by knockout, or?
No, I don't got anybody, but I don't think
he's just too small.
It just. I don't want to beat up somebody that small. I don't want to. You know what I'm saying?
What do you think of the fight?
I don't want to lose.
Tim Bradley didn't mince words on his YouTube channel. Tank ain't losing this fight, he said, shaking his head. Jake don't have the experience. This is like taking candy from a baby. He's missing the rules, man. This is what happens when you don't grow up in the game. And he's not wrong. Jake's still learning the subtleties, ring positioning, timing, how to stay composed under pressure from a veteran who's seen it all. Tank's entire life has been built on those tiny details. So when you strip away all the noise, all the hype, the odds still lean one way, toward Gervonta Davis.
Cause check this out, Tank ain't gonna lose this fight. Hell no. Tank ain't losing this fight. Too many holes. Man, Jake don't have enough experience. Yeah, man, it's gonna be taking candy from a baby. Jake is missing the rules. See, this is what happened when you don't grow up in the game. When you don't grow up in the game, man, at a young age, this is what happens. You start.
What's making people hesitate, though, is everything happening around him. The lawsuits, the outbursts, the uncertainty. The whole fight feels like it could crumble, get pushed back, or even replaced altogether. Fans have seen it before, and that's why Jake Paul's team has quietly started scouting backup opponents, just in case. Still, as of now, the date stands. Then Davis is training like the show will go on. His camp swears he's locked in. Reports out of Los Angeles say Pacquiao's still there, helping sharpen Tank's rhythm, his timing, keeping the gym laser-focused despite the chaos outside. But the real question is, will we even get to see this fight? Drop your thoughts below, and don't forget to subscribe for more updates.